Hello and good morning. Thank you for joining AYOGEN Morning News Updates. I am ABIODUN. Now to the headlines. WHO reviews plan to contain outbreak over monkeypox. ABIODUN restates federal government's commitment to boosting local economy, agricultural sector. Clark hails president security agencies for rescue of 20 medical students and others. Nigeria will overcome current challenges, says Ewi of Ado-Ekiti. Adeboye's wife launches initiative to train 76,000 African women in tech. Southeast governors, lawmakers move to resolve students' known hiccups. 136 Euro-born African migrants rescued at Spanish ports. Global Union, Niger representative Labour decry worsening right abuse in Nigeria. More details on the highlights after this short break. Stay tuned. WHO reviews plan to contain outbreak over monkeypox. The World Health Organization, WHO, has reviewed a global strategic preparedness and response plan, SPRP, to combat human-to-human transmission of monkeypox. This was contained in a statement issued by the World Health Body on Monday. According to World Health Organization, the plan, which will run from September 2024 to February 2025, requires 135 million US dollars in funding. It also includes coordinating global, regional, and national efforts. It aims to enhance surveillance and response strategies, ensure equitable access to diagnostics and vaccines, reduce animal-to-human transmission, and empower communities in outbreak control. The World Health Organization said the unveiling follows the declaration of a public health emergency of international concern by Dr. Tedros, WHO World Health Organization Director General, on August 14. According to the World Health Body, a funding appeal for what World Health Organization needs to deliver on plan will be launched shortly. ABIODUN restates federal government's commitment to boosting local economy, agricultural sector. The Minister of Finance and Coordinator Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale Edun, yesterday reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to local economic development and agricultural resilience. The minister spoke during his visit to Kebbi State on the effort by the Bola Tinubu administration to reinforce economic partnerships and tackle the challenges posed by natural disasters, including floods. A statement by the ministry's Director of Information and Public Relations, Mohammed Manga, said Edo's visit was meant to address the significant impact of flooding on agricultural productivity. Clark hails president security agencies for rescue of 20 medical students, among others. EJL leader Chief Edwin Clark yesterday praised President Bola Tinubu for the rescue of the 20 medical students and 8 National Youth Service Corps members, NYSC. Clark also hailed the security agencies for their roles in the operations. In a personal statement, the former National Commissioner said the successful rescue was a major victory for the Tinubu administration. Nigeria will overcome current challenges, says Ewi of Ado-Ekiti. The Ewi of Ado-Ekiti, Oba Adeyemo Adejugbe, has assured fellow Nigerians that the country will overcome its present challenges. Oba Adejugbe spoke at his year's Ndiriko Festival with the theme Sustaining the Celebration of Our Historical Heritage and Cultural Essence as a Collective. The monarch said Nigeria would become better if the citizens could exercise patience and the government show commitment to its duties. Dignitaries at the festival included Senate President Godswill Akpabio, who was represented by Deputy Senate President Barau Jibrin, Senate leader Okpeyemi Bamidele, Ekiti State Governor ABIODUN Oyebanji, Ekiti State Deputy Governor Monishade Afriye, and former Governor Ayodele Fayose. Oba Adejugbe urged fellow Nigerians to endure the current pains associated with the economic initiatives of President Bola Tinubu. Adeboye's wife launches initiative to train 76,000 African women in tech. The wife of the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, RCCG, Pastor Mrs. Folu Adeboye, has launched a 3-month tech training program under the Ladies in Technology Africa program LITA to empower 76,000 women across Africa. The initiative is a partnership between African Missions Global and the Incubator Hub to provide participants with in-depth training in high-demand tech skills. The curriculum is designed to be accessible to women of all backgrounds via an online learning platform. A statement by the MD and CEO African Missions Globals, Mrs. Ejono Fatai Williams, explained that by offering free training, LITA seeks to remove financial barriers that often prevent women from pursuing careers in technology. The program also aims to create a robust pipeline of skilled female tech talents, thereby fast-tracking Africa's journey toward digital transformation and sustainable development. Southeast governors, lawmakers move resolve student loan hiccups. Southeast governors and lawmakers representing the region of the National Assembly have stepped in to help students from the region benefit from the federal government student loan scheme. The Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, disclosed this in a statement on Monday. Kalu assured students from the region that the issues will be resolved and they would soon be included in the federal government student loan program. The assurance followed raised by the Southeast Caucus in the National Assembly over the alleged exclusion of the region after the Nigerian Education Loan Fund released a list of institutions eligible for the loan nationwide. 136-year-old African migrant rescued at Spanish port. Emergency responders among the rescued 136-year-old African migrant from a boat off the coast of the Canary island of El Hierro. El Hierro is the second smallest and farthest south and west of the Canary Islands in the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Africa. The migrants arrived at La Restinga port in Spain aboard a Spanish sea search and rescue agency's vessel. AFP reports that Spain's Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez heads on the 3-day visit to West Africa on Tuesday as his government grapples with a major upsurge in migrant arrivals. Nearly every day, Spain's Coast Guard rescues a boat carrying dozens of African migrants towards the Canary Islands off the northwest coast of Africa. The island's government has pleaded for more help. Sanchez's tour will take him to Mauritania, the Gambia, and Senegal, 3 key countries in the migration crisis. Global Union Niger representative Labour decry worsening rights abuse in Nigeria. as the president of Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC), Joe Ajaero, prepares honor pleas invitation on Thursday over alleged criminal conspiracy, terrorism financing, treasonable felony, subversion, and cybercrime. Industrial Global Union (IGU) and Nigerian Labour Union yesterday decried the worsening rights abuse in Nigeria. IGU and the Union Desk Syndicate, Des Travailleurs du Niger, USCN, the umbrella body of the workers in Niger Republic, in separate statements called on the federal government to end all forms of harassment, intimidation and persecution of labor movement and their laborers in Nigeria. The Geneva, Switzerland-based IGU, in a petition by its General Secretary, Asley Oye, to the Office of the Deputy Commissioner of Police, Intelligence Response Team, IRT, Department of Force Intelligence, DFI, and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Abuja, lamented what it describes as unfounded charges of criminal conspiracy, terrorism financing, treasonable felony, subversion, and cybercrime. Nigerian government multi equivalent of NYSC training for NCE graduates. More news on the allied after this short break. We are glad you're still with us. More news and updates coming up. Nigerian government most equivalent of NYSC training for NCE graduates. The federal government says it is working on introducing a training scheme equivalent to the National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) for graduates of Nigeria Certificate in Education (NCE). The Minister of State for Youth Development, Mr. Olawande Wisdom, made this revelation during the opening of the Bimo Oyo 2024 Summer Boot Camp in Ibadan on Monday. Wisdom said the ministry would partner with the Ministry of Education to introduce new training reforms on one of which is the equivalent of NYSC training for NCE holders and others. FCTA plans underground light rail to connect Abuja Metro Station with CBD bus terminal. The Federal Capital Territory Administration has unveiled plan for the country's first underground rail line that will connect the Abuja Metro Station with the Central Business District, CBD bus terminal. The mandate Secretary Transportation, Lieutenant Honorable Chinedum Elechi, disclosed this on Monday at the flag-off of the construction of Central Business District bus and taxi terminal. He said the CBD terminal is strategically located at Eagle Square at the transportation interchange, adding that the next to the terminal is a transit corridor for the future underground light rail, which by the Abuja Master Plan will run 8 meters below the surface, with train stops underground and then an intermodal transfer of commuters from the underground train stops to the bus and taxi terminal above the ground. NHE said the rail line will be connected with the metro station at Central Business District. NFF appoints German Bruno Labbadia new Super Eagles coach. The Nigeria Football Federation (NFF) has announced the appointment of a German tactician, Bruno Labbadia, as the new Super Eagles coach with immediate effect. Secretary General of the NFF, Mohamed Sanusi, made the announcement in an early morning tweet on Tuesday via the NFF's X handle. In the statement read, in quote, the Nigeria Football Federation has announced that it has reached an agreement with the German tactician Bruno Labbadia to become the head coach of Nigeria's senior men's national team, Super Eagles. The NFF Executive Committee has approved the recommendation of the Technical and Development Subcommittee to appoint Mr. Bruno Labbadia as the head coach of the Super Eagles. Labbadia becomes the 37th head coach of the Super Eagles after the resignation of Finidi George. In international news, Australia introduces cap on international students. Australia will introduce a cap on the number of the new international students it accepts as it tries to reduce overall migration to pre-pandemic levels. The nation has one of the biggest international student markets in the world, but the number of new enrollments will be limited to 270,000 for 2025. Each higher education institution will be given an individual restriction the government announced on Tuesday, with the biggest cost to be borne by vocational education and training providers. The change has anchored the tertiary education industry, with